Alright, let's ride. Alright. Welcome, Illinois Nation. Welcome, world. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Amazing Show. This your host once again here, Mr. O here. And you know, it happens to be one of those days, and today, guess what day this one is? Shoot, that's right, Historical Economic Saturdays. I love doing this one as much as I love doing White Thugs Friday. And then I want to bring something to the table that's real important. You know, Historical Economic Saturdays, when I started this, Historical Economic Saturdays, I wanted to start doing a true history of our people as black people. Our true history, we dig a little deeper because we a lot more deeper than a lot of people realize. And then how also it affects us coming from the past and currently into the present, into the future. And despite what you've been seeing with the recent murders that's been going on with our brothers and our sisters and black children by race soldiers and all this, and we're not getting the respect not only from them in law enforcement, also not respect from the mainstream media. This came to awareness to a lot of people back in July after the murders of Alton Sterling and Philando Castile, and now recently with the murders of Terrence Crutcher and Kevin Lamont Scott. So a lot of us, myself included, thanks to Killer Mike them, and I know I'm a little bit late to the game with this, but I've been wanting to say something on this, so I said let me just go ahead and just do it right now. That a lot of us have started to go ahead. What you've seen recently in the past couple months, that was in July. We're in September now, almost the end of September, coming into October. Have you seen recently a surge? And let me repeat that: a surge of black-owned banks adding new depositors, opening new accounts. And a lot of that mostly could go like that to Killer Mike and the Usher too. Let me say, now you notice that when that started to happen, that a lot of the news media outlets never did want to cover that. You couldn't even find an article on the search engine, not even on Google. How come is it that Google, supposed to be the best search engine out there, which goes along with your algorithms and all that, couldn't find it? Which basically tells me that Google is just basically full of shit. So what I did, I went on ahead and I went to DuckDuckGo. I highly recommend everybody use that search engine. They don't be all up in your business like Google do. And that's where I found it at. And out of news media outlets, newspapers, USA Today was the only one that's got it right. I know Jason Blackhead did this and all that, but just so like this for my subscribers and for people that listen to me, friends and constituents alike, I'm just gonna read this to you, and that came from USA Today. I know this is from July 17th, but I feel like it's something you're gonna see where I'm going at with this. Okay. Black-owned banks get rushed of new depositors. A black-owned Atlanta bank is experiencing a sudden surge of deposits powered by a campaign aimed at bolstering black-owned financial institutions after multiple high-profile police killings raised awareness of institutional inequality. Now, Citizens Trust banks anchored in Metro Atlanta, Columbus, Georgia, Birmingham, Alabama, and Eutaw, Alabama, said it had received about, well, probably currently maybe about 10,000 right now. At this time, it received about 8,000 new applicants for depositors in recent days. One of the key catalysts, I told y'all, rapper Killer Mike, who called into a town hall meeting on MTV and BET on July 8th. Now you see MTV and BET, they don't want that no more after that. But there's so many ways to get into that, though. To implore the black community to deploy a portion of its financial resources basically to make a difference. You know, he wants 1 million people to deposit at least $100 apiece in small black-owned banks or credit unions, believing that those financial institutions will be more likely than other banks to make loans to black citizens and businesses, and more likely to treat them fairly in general. We cannot go out in the streets, start bombing, shooting, and killing. That is what he said, the rapper said during the town hall. I encourage none of us to engage in acts of violence that will cause more peril to our community and others that look like us. I encourage us to take our warfare to financial institutions. Now, other supporters, they done posted similar remarks on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and I'm gonna tell y'all about those three in a minute, later on. Urging people to consider shifting their money to black-owned businesses. Now, as of recent, you know, the biggest beneficiary so far is 95-year-old Citizens Trust Bank, which Killer Mike has promoted on social media using the hashtag bank black bank small bank local. You know, Michael Grant, who's the president of the Washington, D.C. based National Bankers Association, which promotes minority-owned financial institutions, said that CEOs of black-owned banks have been calling him, saying they're getting volume that you would not believe. You're getting volume that you will not believe in recent days. Now, this just not happened in one location. No. It's happening in the banks around the country. Frederick Daniel Jr., Executive Vice President and Chief Credit Officer of Citizen Trust Banks, told USA Today in an interview that the bank is at the center of a true movement. If we can bring together our economics collectively, we can help businesses grow. You can help people obtain home loans. You can help people obtain home loans. Oh, excuse me. I'm sorry. Let me do that again. If we can bring together our economics collectively, we can help businesses grow. We can help people obtain home loans. That brings them closer to the American dream. See, we're providing a tangible solution for those who want action. Now, the U.S. had 23 black-owned banks, credit unions, or savings and loans associations as of March 31st, according to the Federal Reserve. The nation's 156 minority-owned banks collectively hold $131 billion in assets. Citizen Trust Banks has a $328.8 million in deposits as of December 31st, which was down 3.5% from a year earlier, according to its annual report. There are scattered reports of other black-owned banks receiving a surge in deposits in recent days too. For example, Unity National Bank in Texas, they got more than 350 new accounts in the last week, thanks to Willie D of the Ghetto Boys and a lot of the other local Houston rappers down there as well. Slim Thug is another one. I think I don't know all those Houston rappers, but Willie D, the Ghetto Boys, I'm familiar mostly with them. The Houston Chronicle report. Now, moving assets to a black-owned bank is a concrete way that people can help reverse the tide of economic justice. Black-owned banks, they were hit particularly hard by the Great Recession as their customers suffered job losses and loan repayments rate fell. Now, what happens in any community that feels insulted is it turns inward and tries to do what it can to protect itself. And nothing wrong with that. Self-preservation is number one law in nature. I think the community is trying to figure out ways it can strengthen itself. And what better way than address the issues facing Black America than to start harnessing our dollars and building some wealth and creating jobs in our communities. Now, among the people embracing the cause is singer Solange Knowles, who said Saturday on Instagram back then that it was time to literally put my money where my mouth is by shifting her money to a black-owned bank. Makes sense to me. Now, it also appears to be a budding grassroots push too. Daniel says Citizen Trust Bank had a committee of young professionals who has helped build buzz around the movement on social media. So there's been an instrumental. They've been instrumental in creating additional momentum to help get the word out. You have the alternative. Now, since that article came out, I just read it to you from top to bottom, left to right. Now, since that article came out, and Jason Black pointed this out in that article, USA Today is still posted up there right now. You ought to see the comment section right now. That thing is still going. I think it's like 660 comments. And it's mostly by white people that want to talk about saying they want to boycott black-owned banks. But right now, today, I'm not even talking about them. I deal with this crap. I deal with this junk on another time. I'll mention that another time. But they basically not battling each other, is what I can see. Because the one person that Karen Faulkner really getting up in their behinds. This one from Gary Hedrick, a troll. First he said, I can't wait to see what white banks promoted. But in the meantime, I think it's wonderful. He ain't saying nothing bad. He said let them handle all the black mortgages and car loans, as well as all those special community projects that blacks are so fond of. One of those idiots right there. And then here's one from a troll, Casey Chandler, talking about taking all that drug money out from under the mattress. But, and also some people that responded, from Kimberly Price from St. Paul, Minnesota, she said, "Oh, are you mad?" Also from Eric Montgomery from New York, he said, $1 is $1, man. You guys get so butthurt over some things. No one is hurting you. Why the anger and hate? And from Karen Faulkner, she also said, in reference to Eric Montgomery, and she agreeing with him, is simple because he feels powerless. The bottom of the barrel whites have to believe that they're better than anyone, so they spew their hatred. Well said. And then here's one from Michael Morey. Tell something that guy up here saying, "Funny how Killer Mike is against shooting and violence." And there's, somebody, Kimberly, once again, she checked him, saying, "Funny how this bank has absolutely nothing to do with you, yet you're here making comments for no apparent reason with the smiley face meme as your profile picture. I rest my case." And here's somebody from Darwin Cruz, and from what I see from the last name Cruz, he's from out here in Miami. He trying to pass for being white. Talking about Aryan Bank white, LMAO. And there's somebody, Albra Balua, come there and check. Do it. I'm not finna stay too long with these comments and stuff, because do it. How about all white cops leave black communities? Like Atlanta, we see a tremendous drop in police brutality. What your master hasn't shown your N-word ass is that blacks created trends and market. Let's see an all-white NBA, NFL, even golf was born before Tiger, so go ahead. And he responds with, "Learn to take a joke. I'm not black nor white." Yeah, we can see that by your last name. We need better education from the parents and better training from our authorities. This guy is clearly clueless, because if anybody that needs a better education, it needs to be him. And Kimberly Price puts him in his place, saying you definitely need better education from your parents. No, wait, never mind, you don't. I'm sure they're partly to blame for your ignorance. But those are mostly the comments, and I can't believe they still going on with that there. But what you seeing is a movement that happened way back in the 1920s with Black Wall Street, with Rosewood here in Northwest Florida, right up there in the Panhandle. Both thriving, prosperous communities where you had your own black theaters, your own black transit system, your own black banks, stuff like that. Never need to go outside. We spent with our own. But you had some certain segments of angry, racist whites that got so jealous and didn't want to see that. They did everything by perpetrating lies about saying, "Oh, well, this black guy, a colored guy, had raped a white woman." And next thing you know, what happened? You had planes up here bombing Black Wall Street. The Tulsa race riots, Rosewood, that was based on a lie. Well, angry white mob went in there for 7 days, Ku Klux Klan and all, killed every man, woman, and child, with some of the remaining descendants escaping to Gainesville. Although, would they help us some white people? Now you're looking at history right now repeating itself all over again. See, it's a reason and stuff why on my shows, at the end of my shows, I always support local black-owned businesses here. But see, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take it a step further and start promoting a lot of other black-owned businesses that have their businesses online if you can't reach them. And we have to start off with the banks. Now here, like in the South Florida area, preferably Miami-Dade County, and here in Liberty City, we have a black-owned bank here. We have One United Bank, formerly People's Bank here. And I've always stressed and talked about where the address. And let me make myself clear on this. Let me show you the address again. So take a pen and paper and write it down. Or if you're on listening on your smartphone, record it. 3275 Northwest 79th Street in Miami, Florida. That's One United Bank, Miami branch, 3275 Northwest 79th Street. Everybody know where it's at. If you're local, you know where it's at. Because the thing about it is creating an economic power base. So as I read in that article, so that way you can go ahead and you could get up and build back up the black communities. Whether it be Liberty City, whether it be Overtown, whether it be Brown Sub, whether it be Largemont, Robin Hood, Opelika, Carroll City, Norwood, Seminole. And it's just not just for black people. Now, I know probably some white people listening on this too. But let me be clear on something. I'm going to make myself very clear to y'all. This ain't about race or anything like this. It never has been. This is about us self-empowerment. Nobody says nothing when the Jews do it. No one says nothing when the Latinos do it. Or the Koreans do it. When they spend money and bank money with their own. We need to start going ahead and keeping our dollars in our communities. Because see, what you got is a plague that's running rampant across America. And it's called gentrification. Where you got some rich developers coming in, making these high rises. You're thinking that's supposed to enhance the community. Yeah, if you want to look at it from an aesthetic point of view. But really, it's not for you. Why do you think they try to come to you all the time offering things or flyers like, oh, we buy homes for cash or whatever like that? Because they want the land. And that land is a value. You giving up your land, you giving up your property, that's like you just giving up your right. So you could go ahead and resettle somewhere less than valuable. Here in the Liberty City area, you got these fancy high rises going up. Overtown, you got these fancy high rises going up. Perfect example. Where they're trying to move blacks out, either if it's in Broward County or they're moving them way down south all the way to Naranja. Where it's basically nothing but swampland there. See, they want what's here in basically like in the North Dade area. And it's the same thing happened over in Little Haiti too. So don't get it twisted. Because let me ask y'all this, people. People, to all my OGs who born and raised right here in Liberty City, born and raised here in Miami, for the past 25 years, let me ask y'all something. Where did you ever seen a Starbucks on Biscayne Boulevard and 66th Street? You never saw that there. Until now. Oh, trust me, it's real. It's damn real when it comes to that. So this is my advice to you. You got property that you got hold on to, or if your parents left you a house or any type of property, you don't give that up for nobody. You keep that there. Just like at the same time, you're getting tired of all these racial inequality, social inequalities, and racial injustices going on here, and they not gonna respect us. Then shoot, take y'all money out of them white-owned financial institutions. You know, your Chase, your Bank of America, Citibank, Regions, Wells Fargo, TD Bank, all of them. And start banking with your own. Now I know some people gonna get out here. They gonna make an excuse talking about saying, "Oh shoot, I don't got time to be go over there down there. I can't. Ain't no over there near my area and stuff." You can always go online and open it up on any black-owned bank because they got websites on there. You can open it up, and no, PayPal doesn't count. Shoot, even if you got $100 or if you comfortable with where you bank at now. Even if you got $100, go open an account there anyway. Shoot. See, that's the biggest problem we have as a people right now. We don't never want to get out there and support our own. But you want to get out there when a new pair of Jordans drop at the Foot Locker and Champ. Y'all run like crazy and fight like crazy to get those. This is a movement going on. And as of currently right now, and I mentioned One United Bank because that's the largest black-owned bank in the United States of America. And it's the largest black-owned internet online bank. You see the white supremacists and the Stormfront trolls and all that. They scared now. They're running. As you read what them comments I said, they're scared, running like chickens with their heads cut off. Black dollars scares them. Because they know it doesn't take much for us to go ahead and move things. We could just blow in the wind, and it'll fall over like a house of cards. Because what you're doing, you're looking at an economic demographic is shifting, and it's only gonna get bigger and get bigger. Before you even know it, it'll be like an avalanche rolling on your ass like an avalanche. And right now, there ain't no way to stop it. Go ahead and try to get behind your own. I also was the one who also pushed to the sisters and stuff to stop going to these flea markets and acting a fool and go buying this weave and everything and let your hair grow naturally. Do you realize ever since that happened that the sale for weave from some of these Korean-owned stores that sell this stuff, sales have dropped like over 26.5%. Because y'all don't know what that stuff do to you consciously. It doesn't know what it does to you physically and psychologically. Let your shit grow natural. And that's my plea to the sisters with that. Because one thing about when it comes to the sisters, when it comes to money, women ain't gonna come half-assed. When they see something they want, they ain't got no problem reaching in their Fendi purse or whatever, or that fancy fashion purse of theirs, and pulling out that debit card or that credit card or that cash to go ahead and spend it. Now, I'm not here to try to tell you what to do. I just giving you advice what needs to be done. If you want to see true change. And nah, we can't wait on Obama to do that. He's getting ready to leave office. Change got to start with us. And start with us would mean keeping our dollars circulated in our communities. Now, as far as white folks don't want to come in and they want to bank with that, that's fine. That's cool. I ain't got no problem with that. Because that bank is open to everybody. But just let you know that the people who owns that bank happens to be black. And some white people don't have a problem with it. It's only these trolls and all that's got a problem with it and want to try to talk about, break division and all this stuff like that. These suspected white supremacists. Just like Mike Dicker. Up here wanting to tell Colin Kaepernick he don't like America, he get the hell out. Mike Dicker comes from a time where he was comfortable with seeing us sitting in the back of the bus. And see, Dicker's 75 years old, and he up here saying, I don't see none of the stuff that's going on right there. That's because he don't want to see. Shoot, he's part of the reason and stuff why the Bears could never win another Super Bowl after 1985. As far as I'm concerned, as a Bears fan myself, shoot, Buddy Ryan to me was the coach. Rest in peace, James David Ryan. Shoot, the hell with Mike Dicker. Can you go sit his old ass down somewhere? Because he always been a suspected white supremacist anyway. But I ain't here to talk about him. I'll roast his ass come Monday. But the point of the matter is, though, you gotta support the black businesses and stuff like that, because we looking at Black Wall Street 2016 and beyond coming in again. We're looking at Rosewood coming in 2016 and beyond. And see, it's a lot of other businesses that been propping up too. Two of them that I support. One is Nagash, which happens, he makes some hell of a shoes. I wish I had the link in the description. The people who follow me on YouTube. But I'll post that on Facebook, and y'all can get it from there. Post some heck of a shoes and all that. While some of y'all cats up here who like kicks and all that and want to buy Jordans and all this, take a look at this brother's at the kicks that this brother kick out, especially them Amon Ra sneakers. Straight fire, no doubt. Also, check out another one that I support too, is a man's there from Kings County, Cartel, Big Cartel. They makes a lot of Afrocentric and consciously apparel, as well as like shirts, jackets, sweatshirts, things like that, as well as jewelry as well. You know, I'm gonna post that up as well. Those like two of the black owned businesses I support. And there's some other ones I think I'm gonna go ahead and support too. I just had found out about through my good man Zoe Williams, who, by the way, check his show out as well. So like I say, I'm always gonna support them. And even locally, you hear me all the time. I say I support Kai's Kitchen. My man Jay over there at Kai's Kitchen, owner, proprietor over there, who making the best Caribbean cuisine you ever want to eat, more bang for your buck. And trust me, he never disappoints. And I also support Tyrone Green over at Greaves and Sons Shoe Repair. If y'all were looking for something that's more Afrocentric, or y'all looking for football jerseys for you football fans, he got it there. He got everything for everybody. It's a one-stop shop there. And plus, he's a notary public too. All right there, 762 Northwest 62nd Street. That's in Miami. And of course, I also got to give a shout out to Ronald Malik over at Rasul's Men's Sportswear, as well as for the ladies. It's there for the ladies too as well. You know, they've been all, the latter of the two have been around for like over 50 years. They've been in the business, along with King Taylor. So you brothers, y'all want to get y'all suits tailor made or get it altered, made to fit, check King Taylor out, which is on the corner of Northwest 62nd Street and Northwest 7th Avenue. Or if y'all want some literature, y'all could go check out my man Ozzy, who's next door to King Taylor, in Reggae Books right there, which is right there on 62nd and 7th as well. We got to start going ahead and getting behind some of the black-owned businesses, people. We got to start doing that. Let's make it back Black Wall Street again. Understand the value of the dollar and try to invest mostly in that. But anyway, those are some of the things that I basically wanted to say about that. I wanted to talk about that. That's why you see at the middle of my podcast it say support black businesses and stuff. Now, some of our people probably live in areas where there ain't no black-owned businesses and all that. That's fine. But see, that's the beauty thing about technology and the beauty thing about the internet. There's so many ways to reach out to these other businesses. There's so many ways to reach out and communicate. But I'm gonna be talking about something come Tuesday. Very important. But today is just gonna be historical economic Saturdays. And I gave you a historical part about Black Wall Street and about Rosewood, and yes, there's a movie out on that with John Voight, Don Cheadle, Ving Rhames, late Esther Rolle, and a few others. You know, not just Black Wall Street, not just Rosewood, but I can't forget about the Harlem Renaissance either in New York, and there's other places as well. There's Chicago, LA and all that. But let me stick on Chicago for instance, because here's something about with Chicago. Y'all know I always talk about saying I'm a Bears fan, which I am. Been a Bears fan since 1984, and I've met a lot of great people from Chicago. You mention that city to me, as soon as I meet somebody from Chicago, I get goosebumps, man. But here's something about Chicago that a lot of people don't know. Because see, I know a lot of these old buck dancing coons, Ray Lewis, Larry Smelder, but see, here's something that you didn't know. And I'm gonna just give y'all a little historical lesson here, people. I'm just gonna say this right now before I sign off. Because the city of Chicago was founded by a black man, you know. John Baptiste Point du Sable. I'm saying like that. They even got a statue of the brother right there in Chicago. A lot of people don't know that. Who arrived in 1770s, married a quote unquote Potawatomi woman, Native Indian, and founded the area's first trading post. By August 12, 1833, the town of Chicago was organized with a population of 350. And see, like this article here, the Patriotic Vanguard, they try to lie and tell you it was somebody that was European, and it wasn't. Okay, this was a black man. Because John Baptiste Point du Sable, he arrived on the western shores of Lake Michigan around 1779, and he was born in Saint Mark, in a country called Saint Domingue. Which is not known, which is Haiti. Okay, so to all my Zoes, to all my little Haiti, to all my Zoes, man, stand up. Stand up. Not the ones that support Trump, fuck them. But stand up. And he being of African and French descent, he born to a slave named Susanna, who may have had origins in Vaudreuil, Quebec, and a French pirate mate named Point du Sable, who served on the Black Seagull. But just go ahead and look him up. Let me say his name again. John Baptiste Point du Sable. Yeah, he's the man that founded what is now known as, founded the city now known as, which is known as Chicago. Okay, and then you often wonder what's going on up there in Chicago. What's really going on up there? I'm gonna talk about that come Monday. And no, we're not the cause of it. We are not the cause of it. But a few of my friends and allies know that, and associates know, I know my history as a people. And when it comes down to Chicago, hey, I'm big fan of them. I love the people that come from there. I love chatting with them, love meeting them there. That city, for some reason, it resonates with my vibrations, with my frequency. My frequency vibrates with that city. And it's not just because I'm a Bears fan and I'm a Bulls fan. I'm gonna be a Bears and Bulls fans until y'all grind me up in the dust and sift me out the seat. But that's just another historical lesson right there. Just like here in Miami, a lot of people don't know this about what Miami. Miami was named after a Seminole chief, just like Opalaka was. Chief Opalaka Wakalaka. But they had to shorten it down to Opalaka. The architecture of the buildings and stuff that you see there in Opalaka, see, they'll tell you that's Arabic. It's not. That's Moorish. You could thank Glenn Curtis for that. He the one who designed all the architecture right there for the city of Opalaka. And this is the same thing, even when I go through there, the vibration with Opalaka does something for me. But I want y'all to ponder on that, though. I want y'all to ponder on those things, you know, on the historical, economic, how that's gonna be, how that goes on right there. And even Opalaka even suffered through the gentrification. But the thing is, people, we gotta start putting our dollars back into our community and keep it recycling there. That's the only way, you know, things like they're gonna happen. So before I even sign off, I'm gonna give a shout out once again to Kai's Kitchen 305, which is on 762 Northwest 2nd Street in Miami, Florida. Also give a shout out to Mr. Tyrone Green on Green & Sons, right there on 62nd Street and 7th Avenue. Shout out to Ronald Malik over at Rasul's Menswear. And also, for y'all that are looking for the black-owned bank, One United Bank right there. I'm going to say the address one more time, 3275 Northwest 79th Street. That's in Miami. Go check them out. Well, they closed today, though, but Monday through Thursday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Friday, they open a little bit more later. Saturday, they open until 12 o'clock, and it's past 12 right now. But this your main man, once again, the Black Knight, the original Knight Rider, Mr. O. I'm going ahead here, signing off. Y'all have a beautiful and have a blessed day. Peace out.